I see a lot of people who have never touched Air Ride on the GameCube voicing their frustration with the game being too chaotic or even hard to control because of all the chaos happening on the screen, and while those feelings are valid, to them I say that's kinda the point. Sakurai makes party games where anyone at any skill level can just pick up a controller and not only play, but also have a good shot at winning the game. It's why Smash Bros, for example, was always supposed to be a party game, or why he was so upset about the idea of adding a second button to Air Riders, as he is a firm believer that less is more, and the one-button approach, which does everything you need it to do, somehow still feels intuitive. It's simple and fun, even all the way back to when Sakurai first worked at HAL. I mean, that's always been the very essence of Nintendo, but if you go into Air Riders expecting to get Mario Kart, well, you'll be disappointed every time. Kirby Air Riders is its own unique racer. For example, Mario Kart World bases its skill around a meta, jumping on walls and understanding exactly how to approach each track. Now, Air Riders, it's wacky, chaotic, and you pick it up and you kinda just play. A meta like one in Mario Kart World doesn't exist in Air Riders. It's more focused around the machines themselves. You get the feel of the machine you're riding, as each machine has drastically unique styles and controls. In a way, it's like the machine controls you and not the other way around. I know that sounds crazy. These aren't race cars or go-karts. These machines are alive with personality and minds of their own. I like to think of it as like riding a horse. Each horse has its own unique, distinctive personality, and it's your job to understand how to communicate with that horse. Once you understand your machine, the chaos and everything happening around you doesn't feel so difficult to navigate around anymore. I think that's the main hurdle for a lot of new players. While yes, it is very entry-level pick up and play, again, there's a lot of chaos. You'll learn to navigate that chaos after just a few rounds of playing with various machines to see which one fits you best. And that's why, for those of us who did spend countless hours playing Air Ride on the GameCube, we kind of get it. Chaos is Kirby. You just have to learn how to navigate it. For example, if you're playing City Trial, sometimes you'll get a top speed boost and you're flying around the map trying to navigate around different stuff happening all over the screen, but the more you understand your machine and the more you understand how to utilize your stats, the more the game starts to feel kind of like a roller coaster. A roller coaster that you might have more control over than you might think. That said, there's also an option to turn down a lot of the visual effects if it's still too much for you, but strangely enough, I haven't found myself needing to turn that off at all. I sort of crave Air Riders eye candy in its full chaotic form, if that makes sense. And speaking of City Trial, this honestly is the main reason I picked up Air Riders in the first place. In this mode, everyone is flying around the map trying to collect stat points to upgrade their speed, flight, strength, and everything else. There are machines you can swap out with just laying around the map, and at the end of the trial, everyone joins a party game, sometimes voted for, sometimes random, where you can really let loose and test those stats you've accumulated. It's fun, but best of all, we really get to see that Kirby Air Ride chaos in its purest form. Kirby's various copy abilities being used by players attacking each other, as well as other weapons and stat boosts being utilized. Large beams might be screeching across the map while an arsenal of explosions drop from the sky, all while you're zipping around like lightning, escaping your opponent who might also be chasing you at light speed trying to take what you might have. It can get incredibly heated, but the stats, in my opinion, are the best part. The idea that you can max out your flight and just fly around the map so no one can touch you, or maybe you want to max out your offense for an upcoming battle, or maybe just balance your stats altogether. You're making all of these choices while fighting other players around the map doing the same exact thing. There are challenges and surprises that happen during City Trial, with everyone either fighting each other or working together to complete different tasks. There are even legendary machines where if you find these certain parts, you can then unlock a godlike machine, becoming a real problem for everyone else. Sometimes bosses, mini races, or even group battles will randomly occur on the map, but the great part is nobody is forced to take part in them. If you want to just fly off or go underground or do something else completely, that's totally okay. And speaking of the map, it feels like the perfect size too. It's not too big, not too small. There's a lot to do and there's a lot of different areas. There's so many ways to get around. But City Trial isn't the only reason why you should play this game. Air Ride, the game's racing mode, is not only fast-paced and aggressive, but they really outdid themselves in designing these tracks. It's almost like the stage itself is taking you on a ride. Eye candy is exactly what this is. Top Ride is also incredibly chaotic and fun. It's a quick hit of dopamine if you aren't trying to go into longer races, and also being able to zoom the camera out makes top-down gaming that much easier when planning your next move. Customization in Air Riders has to be one of the newer, more appreciated elements, giving us options to not only customize our machines with accessories, decals, and effects, but also to share your machines with others in the community who can then purchase your designs from the machine market. You can also open your own garage to store your machines in, which is a cool little addition. I also find myself having more fun than I thought I would in the online paddock lobbies, just hanging out with a colorful cast of characters from past Kirby games, some of which are wearing fun accessories you can buy from the shop and wear. Not to mention all of these new playable characters have unique special moves, which I think is pretty fantastic. I oddly really enjoyed looking through other players' custom licenses. It's that kind of charm that you can really just find throughout the entire game. From its clean tabletop-style UI to its wide accessibility. Whether you want to free roam or jump into competitive play, because yeah, there's also a type of online ranking. The game is packed with unlockables you earn simply by playing and having fun, as well as online events for everyone to take part in. And the music, well, it's Nintendo, of course they're dropping bangers every time. And we definitely can't forget about the gummies. Collectible machine-shaped novelty awards from beating rivals in races, and they feel and sound just like gummies in your hands. But one of the more interesting additions to Air Riders is its campaign-style road trip mode. Road trip mixes in a variety of events you can choose from as you progress. Each one rewards you with upgrades that boost your stats, grant power-ups, or unlock new machines. You can take different routes, revealing cinematic moments that add more lore and deepen your understanding of Air Ride's world. I really do believe that Kirby Air Ride was ahead of its time back in 2003, and now, in 2025, Kirby Air Riders is even better. They simply improved on a formula that was already working. It's kinda like picking up an old reliable bike with new bells and whistles. That all said, I really just wanted to touch on the stuff that makes the game interesting to me, so if you're struggling with the game, play around with different machines, try them in a few different modes, and remember that each machine has its own personality and are all great for different reasons. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of new players understood this and fell off after only one playthrough on the demo. If that's you, I strongly recommend giving the game one more chance. I hope you liked this video. If so, please consider subscribing and supporting the channel, as I'll try to do more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!